It is Woodbine, we're racing live, and we're all set for a Friday of action. Joined by Elisa Blow. My name is Jeff Bratt. Great to have you with us. And I was thinking as I was sending you an email today about something that's kind of reminded me of the days back when we used to write checks.
Okay, I still do.
So, really used to write checks? I don't even know if I have any checks left or not. Anyways. I send Lisa the PPs each and every day because apparently I'm her work husband and her receptionist. So, and I had to title the PPs for Thursday, December.
I know.
The 4th, December.
Fun. I'm
Crazy.
pretty excited that we're into the month of December. You know what I was thinking about today?
What were you thinking about today?
Like today's Black Friday.
It is.
Right? And when we were kids and teenagers, was Black Friday even a big thing? No, like we didn't do it here in Canada,
There was never a Cyber Monday.
Never. I mean, yeah, no, well, that didn't even exist, okay? But then, like for us, the big day was Boxing Day to go out and do all that big shopping, right?
And celebrations.
Right. But then once we started to kind of get into this whole Black Friday things got really crazy. Like, do you remember, I remember a number of years ago, I think it was over in Buffalo, and they were lined up at a Walmart because the TVs were on sale for like fighting, taking each other out, getting, you know, when they were coming in the door. So I don't know if a lot of people do that anymore. Some people, I think, get a thrill from it.
And now it's not even a day. Now it's turned into weeks.
It's a week, and you had the whole lead up, and then basically you just go like this, boop, 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 and you buy it.
Done.
You know, and you don't have to stand in the lineup anymore.
Well, I'll tell you what. There's a guy that I want to go shopping with, and he's a young rider, and his name is Christoph, because he's got some money now, and his name is Christoph Douglas. Now, it is so funny how life works, Elisa, because how many times yesterday did we say, oh, Christoph looks live in this race, looks live in this race. Of all the horses on the program, this is probably the least likely one that was going to win. This is Kavala, who gets up in the last jump for his first career win.
And, of course, it was the last race, so really, there wasn't a lot of people here to watch and celebrate it. But look at the snow that we actually had for the last race yesterday. It came down just slightly, but it started to accumulate. Look at this, he's on the far outside, gets up just in the nick of time. Now, I don't even know, like, that's a fun one. He's gonna have a story to tell for the rest of his life. But I kind of hope there were still some riders in the room left too to, you know, initiate them.
I heard a little bit of screaming.
Did you? A little bit of screaming?
Not a lot.
Yeah, that's always the best
Look
part.
at all the people, though. That was great.
That stuck around for the last race to cheer him on. So, yeah, congratulations. We knew it was going to come, but I didn't expect it on that one.
No, that was cool. And if memory serves me correct, I think when the overnight came out, I think Campos was named on that horse.
Yeah, I believe so, too.
And then, obviously, Jose had to have surgery, and thus Christoph does pick with the mount. So, first win out of the way. Now you can tell the story. It was a snowy night.
That's right.
It was minus 50 outside, kids. You don't understand how cold it was. We barely had enough energy to ride. And it's going to get, like, the story's going to become legendary.
Plus, you know, he's going to go from winning from this much to this much to this much. And then it was this much.
And it was my urging that got the horse to persevere. Yeah, no, I love it.
It's going to be a good fish story.
Now, there were multiple win days for plenty of people yesterday. Brutal Chicanance won 3, but there were 2 wins on the program for Munger, Adams, Gittins, and McKnight. Norm, you might not want to retire. You're kind of heating up right now, but he had a good night last night.
Yeah, yesterday it was announced, you know, in the Daily Racing Form that Norm's going to retire, so he's going out in style. He wants to get his picture taken as many times as possible. The other big priced horse that won yesterday was a bit of a surprise was Conquer the Storm. $23 and change, the return for that one for Ross Armada Jr. Leo Salas rode that horse, and Leo is off his mounts tonight.
Now, the wind at the top of the stretch is obviously going to be a factor here today. We're going to see exactly what we saw yesterday for the sprint races. Very quick fractions down the backside, and then it's going to really slow down late in the race. So we'll keep an eye on that. Now, our poor friends like in London and Barrie.
And, they're still getting it.
I know our good friend Chad, he lives way up north from us. He got pounded. Oshawa's getting hit hard.
Yeah. Chad Rosema, he lives out
that's
near.
What I'm saying,
Oh, I thought you were saying he lives up north. We'll say up north.
Well, northwest.
Okay, all right. And I don't know what about people in London, because I know they closed the 401 last night and people were sitting on the highway for 9-10 hours. That's my worst nightmare.
I know.
Yeah, especially when I have about this much gas left in the tank.
You know how OCD I am. Like, I'm wickedly OCD. If I don't have, like, 3/4 of a tank of gas in the wintertime, I have like a massive panic attack.
See, and I come from a family that enjoys living on the edge.
Yeah.
How much more do you think I can?
Yeah.
It's that Seinfeld episode when he hits the empty light goes on. He says, "But we can still make it." Another,
See, if I was in your car, I would just be staring at that gauge the whole time. The whole time. Speaking of gauges, the clock that we have that belongs to Ernie Perry, who is our head clocker, often gives us a very good storyline to keep an eye on. We do have a clocker horse for you coming up right off the bat, and it's from a barn that you wouldn't necessarily think of giving you a clocker horse. We'll have more on that one coming up a little bit later on. Now, the hot potato in the room is English Jubilee. This Pat Bronte had this horse in fine form.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden we take a massive drop down in class. I am too scared to play English Jubilee today.
Yeah, but you know what? You and I have seen this before. When a horse is worth way much more, is far more competitive on the grass, and then just as a whole different racehorse on the main track. And I'm just wondering if that's the situation here. If that, you know, she's great on the grass, but you get her over to the synthetic, which she's only tried a couple of times, and she's been unsuccessful both attempts. Maybe this is what she has to run for to win. But Keystroke makes the clocker report, which is interesting because we could use some help on this in this race and on this horse in particular because we haven't seen her since September the 25th. So John's taken obviously a lot of time for whatever reason with her. She did work in October and she did work in November, a half in 48, and that's the work that caught the clocker's eye. So I've used her here, but I went with the 4. I just think, you know, in this case, what is she really hooked? Who's really the tough horse in here?
All valid. But why is Hernandez not riding the horse all of a sudden? Is it because it's the route on the synthetic and he wants to try and take as much of an edge as he possibly can with this horse?
Yeah, or is it because Pat Bronte would like 114 pounds?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Because, you know, some other horses in here, like the Matini horse, Pickford Sweet, coming back in quick, right? And that's, you know, something that I don't always gravitate towards, although sometimes you're forced to. I just find this first race a little bit of a challenge, Jeff, and any help we can get is good help. So thanks to Ernie for passing along Keystroke.
One of the deciding factors with me, Pickford Sweet, and the reason why I'm giving this a go is I have seen this angle work a couple of different times so far this season. First time Flores. They kind of wake up a little bit sometimes.
Well, sometimes.
Gets aboard. So I'm just taking a bit of a shot,
there.
but we'll see. And I'm very curious to see how the John Whalen horse runs there coming up in race number 1 as well. Let's get to topic number 2. Changes. That's what we're talking about in here. So we got lots of changes moving on, not only with jockey changes in this race. You've got horses dropping. You've got horses coming off of scratches in this field. You name it, we've got it here coming up in race number... Oh, it's race 3, pardon me, that we're coming up in here. Mile 16th, I should tell you, for 10,000 claimers here in this spot. Okay, I might be getting sucked in here with Sluggernauts.
Okay, so it's exactly the same thing that you were just talking about in the first race, right? Because for me, I thought, okay, I'll take a shot on English Jubilee for 5, but in this race, I thought, from 40 down for 10, I'm going to try and beat Sluggernaut. So I'm looking at this one horse that's with
French Fry.
Yeah, French Fry, there you go. This is a horse from the Pat Dixon outfit with Fraser Abley getting back aboard today, coming in off back-to-back thirds, in against $15,000 claimers. So just a slight drop in price here for 10, whereas Sluggernaut, you know, that is a big bomb in as far as the drop goes, from 40 for 10. Now, does retain the services of Raffi, which makes us feel a little bit better.
Exactly.
But I even went as far as to use that horse for 3rd and try and beat him with the other horse, this Drogon, who actually looked pretty good last start for $10,000 when going a mile and a 16th. That was the first time going long. And this is a horse that Devin claimed in the very first lifetime start. And I think he was really, really green in that first lifetime start. But he's starting to put it together as of late. And stretching out might have been his thing, too.
I think your pick is the safer pick. And with Helix, I think you know what you're going to get. Whereas with Sluggernaut, we don't know what we're going to get.
No. And will the horse get claimed is another question mark here today, too. Yeah.
I mean, now that they have the rules where afterwards you have to have a post-race examination, I think it's a little bit easier to claim horses like this now.
Sure you can. You can take a shot, see what you got,
if it doesn't pass
right?
after, then you're fine, right? So And for 10,000, you're probably not going to get killed from a price point of view. But certainly Sluggernaut's been a bit of a disappointment. And I would love to see Cassandra Jeske pick up the win with your horse, that being Wahila. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I kind of thought this Devil's Tongue for Gordy Colburn could be a play too, to use as well.
Run last time.
Huge effort last start out. It's just a matter of, can we put two good ones together back to back? And that was the first time going wrong in a while for that horse as well.
So let's get to our next topic, which is pick 4 in here. I'm laughing because it says pick 4, and then the next topic's 3 or 4. That's always a bit of a segue, potentially, because that's kind of how things go in here. So let's get to race number 4 now on the card. We're going to go 6.5 furlongs. There are 5,000 claimers, and you and I really see this race differently, which is fine. And, and that's the way it should be when you're talking about 5,000 claimers. Now, you have a bit of a backstory here with Wilberforce that has led you in this one's direction.
Well, it's not necessarily a backstory. It's just that Sharon Sakata last year brought this horse here to Woodbine at the end of the season, and the horse was a winner at a big, big price. And I'm just sticking with what I have said. Like, if you go back maybe when the Fort Erie meet ended and horses started coming here, and I think we mentioned, some barns like Roy Augustino, Sharon Sakata, we're going to move horses here to compete. And I said, Sharon will likely have the first Fort Erie winner, and that's this horse, Wilberforce. We haven't seen a Fort Erie winner yet. But this horse is good when he gets onto the synthetic surface. So I'm going to go with Wilbur, and Juan, of course, the regular rider, knows this horse quite well, dropping here for $5,000. And then I'll use the 5, Midday Image. Now, Midday Image is definitely the class of the race. He's made a ton of money. Norm had a good day yesterday. He had no choice but to win that last race. The 5 non-winners, the 3 are non-winners of a race in a year. There really wasn't much in behind him that day.
Yeah, you're right. Now, I've landed on Valley Victory, just dropping down a class here. I thought had a bit of an excuse last time out. I might be reaching, but I thought didn't have the smoothest of journeys on that day when finishing 5th, and now resurfaces in here for 5. But there are some in this race, like Causing Mayhem. I don't like that horse today. Just keeps dropping down in class. I think he can toss Hiatus. I just think that's not a great setup for the horse today. I think you can kind of whittle this race down a little bit.
Maybe.
But still, you got to use a few at least.
The problem is you can whittle it down, but when we start to get logical, and it'll be a horse who's 40-1 who will pop up with the win. But it's a tough one to sort through to kick off the pick 4. Thank you.
Always.
Hit the all button in that one.
Always. 3 of 4, question mark. That is the topic for our next race in here, and that is going to move us in here to race number 5. Now, I love when we have horses that continue to knock heads with one another. And this dude's a breeze, and obviously Sheriff Ali and Swan Lake, they all know each other so well, and there's not a whole lot separating these horses. Now, the difference is, this dude, a breeze, is a little bit more fresh potentially than what Sheriff Ali has. Do you have any concerns too that Sheriff Ali has not been able to put back-to-back winning efforts together? Or am I just kind of grasping at straws?
See, I think Sheriff Ali is good right now.
I agree.
I get the pattern. It's a win a second, and if it's the pattern, he's second today. And I did use him for second. Do you know, though, I think you're talking about a lot of these horses have seen each other over and over again. There are some newcomers into the mix that are going to be problems. Graffiti Rider, who has done very, very well, like from a 7 claimer to win a 25, and then tried the 50.
Too tough.
And but still finished third, And then Cornwall, who's new to the mix here too, coming out of the A of the Thens. Now that's pretty much a grass horse trying to transition back over to the synthetic, but has won 3 times on the synthetic surface from 8 starts, so don't leave that one off your ticket either, dropping in for $15,000. I'm going to show you the replay from last start out when these horses met each other. So you're going to see Sheriff Ali, you'll see Soulmate, and you'll see Executive Knight. That's the Amanda Cameron horse, who is the 1 horse in this race today. And really, I was thinking setup could be fairly similar. You will likely get speed from the old guy Soulmate, and then that is exactly what we need for a lot of these horses, that kind of speed to reel in. You've got Sheriff Ali, who ends up reeling in Soulmate and gets him right on the money back on November the 7th. But you also have other horses in this race that are likely going to be relying on that speed from Soulmate here today. Now, will he have company up front? He might. Swan Lake has been known to go to the front end in the past past as well. Mr. Holden has been known to show some early speed too. So I just wonder if we get a scenario that's similar, where we get the same horse once again setting the early fractions, and it sets up for a horse like Sheriff Ali or like Graffiti Rider, who's a stalker, to come with a closing kick. And even the same can be said for This Dude Zabris, because This Dude Zabris will likely be sitting in a tracking position as well.
I'm surprised there's a consensus pick in here, because I don't think there's a whole lot separating This Dude Zabris and Sheriff Ali.
No, it's just who do you like better.
And
They've both had great years.
Yeah,
great seasons.
Winners. Yep, absolutely.
And they've both been money makers for their outfit. I mean, I would say This Dude Zabris has been the best horse in the Sarah Ritchie barn this year, and I would say Sheriff Ali has been the best horse in the Coryat barn too, or one of the best ones in the Coryat barn.
And both are a lot of fun to watch.
They are. It's nice when these guys all battle each other over and over again.
So let's see what happens there in race number 4, and who can pick up their 4th victory of the campaign between those two horses, or will it be somebody else that maybe jumps up? And I'm glad you brought up Graffiti Rider, because you're right. He's razor sharp right now. Topic number 5 is named after Elisa Trouble, and that is in race number 6, where I probably think that the replay machine is going to be fired up. Take a look at a horse that might have had a bit of a tough journey last time out. Now, the favorite in this spot is Country Living. I'm going to try and be Country Living. You are going to try and be Country Living, and you are going back with a friend of yours that you've already cashed a nice ticket on so far this season, and that is Big Baby Henry.
I love him at the distance. He's a neat kind of closer, but I want to show you this because you know what? A lot of people might not have seen what happened to this guy last start out, because he ended up finishing 5th and it wasn't so obvious, but when you go back and you watch the replay, you're going to see that this horse gets himself squeezed coming down the stretch. Now he has this kind of patented late kick. I always like these kind of horses, and of course he's going to be reliant on some speed in here too. Speed will likely come from a horse like Country Living and even Dissectologist. But watch him when he comes down the stretch. It's Zero Ford who's aboard. Now today they go back to Quevet. Quevet is pretty much the #1 rider for Phil Hall. And you'll see right here, he's going to get himself squeezed in behind the 2 who's coming out and the 11 who's coming in. And he has to alter course. He's got to watch out for the 8 horse who's on his outside too. And once he gets a clear path again, he starts running again. So, was he going to win the race? No. But that was only at 3/4 of a mile. Look at him gallop out. Today he is going 6.5 furlongs. He's galloping out in front. Gets that extra half a furlong to work with. He'll have speed to chase, likely from even a horse like the 8, Truly Mischief, who normally shows speed at the 4. Country Living is going to show speed in this race. Dissectologist, when he's good, can go to the front end and keep on going. I just think it sets up nice for him with the extra half a furlong, and off of that trip where he got himself into a little bit of a jackpot.
With all you guys ganging up on me today, this is another race where all of you are ganging up on me, and I'm going towards Dissectologist. And the reason why is because this horse was scheduled to run on November the 21st, had to be scratched because would have been racing too many races within a short time span. But Hernandez was not named on that day. He is named today, and for whatever reason, this guy runs for Hernandez.
He does, but can this guy, who hasn't really done much this season, give us 3 in a row?
I know.
I mean, that's a tough task for him.
This is his 13th start of the campaign.
He has been really, really busy. And you're going to have to pay attention to that, too. Like, in this race, he is the most raced horse going out for the 13th time here this season. But my guy, Big Baby Henry's going out for the 11th. Like, some of these horses have been working hard this season. And there are some that are a little lighter raced in here as well.
I worry that it's not as simple as we're making it with the 7 and the 9.
Oh, yeah, but every time we get the Big Baby, we get him at a good price.
Yeah,
he's never bet down, really, as the favorite, except one time this season on the turf.
I picked him that date.
Did you?
It was terrible.
Yeah,
and you said, and I'll never forget this, because you said, I'm just worried about the distance, and it was too long for him.
Yeah. That's right. I did say that.
You did say that. Topic number 6, NW3. And that is for non-winners of 3. And we got 15,000 claimers here. They're going to go 9 furlongs in this spot. And what do you make of these moves here with, like, a Got Me Good? They claim for 25. They wait the 30 days to get the win. Now in for 15.
Well, there's a couple of ways to look at it. Like, I don't know if McRae's going away. I don't think he is. He doesn't normally go away. So, it's just one less horse to winter. It's a horse that gets claimed, and this is how you play the game, too. I mean, it's not ideal that you have to wait the 30 days and come back for the same price tag, but they put her up on the front end last start out, and he just looked like a whole new racehorse. He was super confident on the front end, and now they're running him back for $15,000. So I think they're hoping they win and they lose him so they can make a really quick profit on Got Me Good. That being said, I actually went towards the 9, Shaw Mature, for Devin Gittins, because Devin Gittins had a great day yesterday, won 2 races on the program. Yep. His barn has had some ebbs and flows this season. Like when they're hot, they're hot. When they're cold, they get cold. They're back on a hot streak again. And Shaw Mature is one that he took off Richie Morton, and he took him for 15. He ran him back for a quarter. He finishes 3rd behind Graffiti Rider, which is a massive frame of reference because Graffiti Rider is good right now. And now here he is for $15,000. I mean, this is, again, great spot, great race placement where they can get a victory here. So I went 9, then the 4, then the 5, Saldo Verdano from a barn that had a winner on the program yesterday, and the 3, Adapted, is the other one I tossed in.
The thing with Shaw Mature is he had a lot of things against him last time out. First of all, for $25,000, anyway, that's a little tough for him. For 15, I think he's a lot more logical.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that was a really slow track on that day. And if you watch, more often than not, horses that show speed on slow tracks, they have a tough time keeping it going.
True,
It tires them out.
Yeah, but like I said, I think the Graffiti Rider reference is going to turn out to be a good one.
Massive. Yeah, no way, no if, ends, or what is it? No ifs,
no
ands,
if,
or
ands, or buts.
About it. Race number 7. We'll start off the late double. Topic number 7 is High Five. We're over 200,000, kiddo.
Unbelievable. We got to start playing it. I could use some cash.
That'd be nice. 5,000 claimers in here, and you have to read this condition very, very carefully. And this is why 3 Sunny Side Up to me looks so appealing on paper, because when has he been into a cushy spot like this where he's able to get into that for horse that I've not won a race in a year type of thing?
Exactly, because we have another one of these races earlier on in the program, and you know what's interesting? It's the first race on the card. Everybody's eligible for non-winners of 3. Nobody hasn't won a race in a year. Whereas in this race, you get 3 Sunny Side Up who squeaks into the condition, which is great. Offered up for the $5,000 tag. You know, doesn't have to worry about horses like Great Princess, Cece's Kingdom, Mr. Holden. These are all multiple winners, good horses. You know, Highland Society. So this horse is an absolute standout here. I mean, if I was playing the jackpot High Five, I would likely key the 6 in the top spot and then start searching around for some other horses like the 8, Nono's Little Boy. We know him as a long distance horse, but Willie Armada won the last race on the program with Cavallo. This horse could come back and do something good. The 2, Bet and Win. I mean, he's good. Might be a little bit of a price, but you get the bug aboard and you get in light at 112 pounds. Like you and I are both looking at the same top 3. And then after that, you know, you're picking up pieces. You know, John Ross, the 9 horse for Sittard. You know, I'm just going off of barns really that are having a good back half. Yeah. But certainly 3 Sunny Side Up, I think, is a key.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Bet and Win does get to face the non-winners of a race not in a year as well. The Horseman in an open 5. But still, I still think 3 Sunny Side Up has been facing much tougher than what Bet and Win has been able to face as of late. Look at that. Our producer today is Javon, and he's a big basketball fan. And he's got the shot clock. Javon, I got the shot off in lots of time, my friend. Swish, nothing but net. So there you go. Race number 8 is a look at our Jackpot High Five finale. Let's take a break. Okay. We'll take a bit of a breather. When we come back, we'll talk about the De Rousseau outfits. Could it be a sweep of the stakes for Team De Rousseau? We'll tell you more about that story coming up next.
Love horse racing? HPIBet.com is Canada's leader in online horse betting. Access thousands of live races from hundreds of tracks worldwide instantly. Enjoy the most advanced betting tools like AI Smart Picks and exclusive cashback rewards you won't get anywhere else. Join today and get up to $100 in free bets. Get the ultimate horse betting experience with HPIBet.com.
28 minutes to go before the first. Don't worry, we'll be all done talking by the time the horses explode from the starting gate. But we have to wrap things up for today by taking a look at our plays of the day. Sometimes Lisa and I have similarities. I'm curious to see if we have any of the same today or not. Usually with an 8-race card we do, but today we... Do I have? Yeah, we have one the same.
Well, probably 3 sunny side up, right?
Yep.
Wilbur, like I said, I'm going to put my money where my mouth is because I did say that he would be the Fort Erie horse that would win here at Woodbine this season, and I think he's 8-1 morning line. I like Big Baby Henry. He's been good to me this season, and Shaw Mature, I think, could run a big one for Devin Gittins.
A bounce back play is going to be Valley Victory off that trouble trip last time out. It's coming up in race number 4. My best bet is this Dude a Breeze, my multi-leg single. Now, some people might say this is a bit aggressive, but I just love the way they're playing the game here, as Lisa said. You get the win for 25, go right back in against easier, and if you get claimed, you make nothing but money. It got me good. And the old drop and pop with 3 sunny side up. That's a look at our plays of the day. What about Doug, the racing form of Woodbine TV Prod? So Ron's going towards keystroke.
That's 2 now. 2 references we have to keystroke.
Yeah, yeah. Well, Ron clocks as well, so maybe he saw the same thing Ernie did. I don't know. Soulmate, that's where the Woodbine TV Prod's going to go, and Doug, we agree with you with a 3 sunny side up. Okay, stakes race previews for you here. Let's take a look at the Princess Elizabeth. This will go as race number 8 on tomorrow's 11 race program. These are 2 of my favorite baby races of the season because it's previews towards the Oaks and the Plate. So let's start off with the aforementioned Princess Elizabeth. Now, we spoke about conditioner Dale DeRousseau. He does have in this spot this being Piper's Gift. Now, I don't know which one's better, Dixie Law or Piper's Gift.
I don't think he'll give you an answer either.
Which is smart.
Yeah.
But will we find it a little bit more tomorrow? Now, it is interesting to point out that this race is a mile and a 16th, correct?
Yes.
And the gradation's a mile and an 1/8. So the distance is a little bit longer for the boys' race. But where did you go here?
Well, of course, I went to Dale. In fact, I picked all 3 of Dale's horses tomorrow. He's got Misty Eyed in tomorrow. Oh no, it's good. He's got us Niagara people have to stick together.
That's right.
He has Misty Eyed that I like going long tomorrow. He's got this filly and he's got the other filly. I mean, I was saying yesterday on the show, I think for him, probably you just want to get through today, tomorrow, and then Sunday you can breathe a sigh of relief once it's all over with. Because talk about pressure, it's bad enough when you have 1 of your top horses performing, but to have 2 of them going is extra stressful. So I went to Piper's Gift. I think she's the best.
I do too.
Yeah.
That's where I landed as well. I put that one over Belle's Paradise, so I thought ran well, and the runner-up came back to win a stake. The horse beat last time out.
That's right. Bossy Candy. That was last weekend.
That's where I'm going to go. Let's take a look at the coronation futurity. So we do have a filly taking on the boys in this race, and this is another DeRousseau horse in this spot. And this is Dixie Law, who will start from post position number 2. She's already beat the boys.
Yep.
I'm going to go in a different direction, but I'll let you build your case here for Dixie Law.
I just love her. I think she's awesome. I mean, this could be the next big filly for next year's Plate. In fact, he could have both fillies if he wants in the Plate, and both fillies if he wants in the Oaks. But the guy who's going to have to make the hard decision is Raffy, because he rides both of them. But I went to Dixie Law. I think this horse is a standout. The other horse that I tossed in too, Jeff, is Military Time.
That's why I went.
Because you had brought up that Military Time had suffered, whatever happened, he stepped on himself, right? And so he must have grabbed himself, ripped a whole bunch of his foot off, and then you were concerned when he came back in the Cup and Sauce that he'd be short, and he was.
Yeah. And I had a chance to talk with Fraser. He has worked the horse, so I think that's a plus too. I don't love the draw, being on the outside in there, but Dixie Law, obviously the horse to be in that race.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, this Military Time, now that we know what the excuse is, and the fact that the horse was a little short last start out, and has had much more time to get prepared for this race here today, makes him a player.
So that's a look at a couple of our stake races tomorrow. Looking forward to both of them. They should be a lot of fun there tomorrow. And for Dale, I think Dale tonight will be sleeping like this. Just staring at the ceiling, looking at the clock, staring at the ceiling.
So I was thinking, Dale will be sleeping like this.
Yeah, look at the clock. But this clock, it's like, remember when you were a kid on Christmas Eve? Like, it went so slow. You're like,
well, you couldn't fall asleep. That was the
never,
problem.
never.
Yeah, I had this clock in my bedroom. Not that it would give you nightmares, not me. But it was a Raggedy Ann clock, and it went tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. That would be Dale tonight.
That's like a Chucky movie right there. That's like a Chucky movie right there. We're gonna take a break.
My mother's gonna send a text and say, "It's in the garage."
yeah. I'll drop it up for Jeffy. When we come back after the break, we'll get you all set for race number 1 as we start off our 8-race Friday program coming up at 4:30. Best of luck.